Hello! I'm here to talk to you a little bit today about the Business Central reporting package available to you and your organization from JourneyTEAM. We've created this collection of reports to pull information dynamically from your Business Central instance and show insights in a way that will help you and your company become more data-driven and focused on what's actually going on in your company. We've created a set of financial reports that are really beneficial for financial managers or accountants, as well as visualizations useful to executives, inventory managers, and sales managers. These reports are designed to be beneficial, to show interesting and important KPIs, and to be dynamic so that you can see changes in your data at a moment. First, I just want to show you a quick demo of what this tool can do. So here we have our company Kronos. This is our executive report. We've pulled in data from Kronos, a sample company, and here we can see their net income year to date, profit margin, accounts receivable, and accounts payable. These KPIs are designed to be useful and help executives and managers make data-driven decisions. One of the features about this app is that we're pulling in the fiscal year from Business Central. So if you have a fiscal year that isn't matching up with a calendar year, it will account for that and adjust the dates accordingly. This net income year to date is actually grabbing the net income by fiscal year. So if you have that set to calendar year, it will pull the calendar year, but if you do have a different fiscal year, it will account for that. Here we can see our accounts receivable and payable visual. This pulls in invoices from our Business Central instance and compares the date due to the current date, showing and grouping invoices by how many days overdue it is. We've featured both accounts receivable and accounts payable in this graphic, so you can see how much your company owes as well as how much your company is expecting to receive. For example, in this case, we can see our accounts payable is about $53,000 worth of invoices that are 120 or more days overdue. Next, we have this graphic that features net revenue compared to our last year. Each block shows the breakout of customer, how much of our net revenue is contributed by each customer. And then this blue line here shows the comparison from last year. How much net revenue have we brought in so far in quarter two compared to how we finished quarter two last year. This graph also shows customer sales by average purchase, showing how much money we're making per customer versus how large each purchase is. This executive visualization is built to help someone get a high-level view of the company. How are we doing in revenue? How are we doing in net income? Where is our revenue coming from? Where do we still owe money? Giving a very high-level overview of the state of the company. Next, we have the report for our inventory managers. These are all KPIs and visualizations that have to do with purchasing and selling inventory. Up here we have several KPIs that could be useful to inventory managers, followed by these graphs that show the top products, both purchased and sold by vendor and by quantity. Here we can see how many units we've purchased or sold versus how many units we've purchased and what our current quantity on hand is. Next, we have inventory on hand by location. Here we can see, based on the location codes in Business Central, where our inventory is mostly stored. Here we can see that most of our inventory is not in East, but in records that don't have any particular location code. These location codes will also be filled in dynamically with what you have already inserted into Business Central. Here we can see our inventory gross margin, how much we're making from inventory versus how much we're purchasing with. And then which products are costing us the most compared to benefiting us the most. This table shows quantity purchased by item and quantity sold by item, so we can see which of these products are giving us the highest year-to-date value. For example, we can see over time what quantity of the Amsterdam lamp we've sold. Year-to-date we've sold 30, but we can also see that in the time of our operation we've sold 156 of these units. We can also, this is a great example of cross-highlighting. So as we click Amsterdam lamp, you'll notice that all the other graphs changed to highlight just the Amsterdam lamp. Here we can see it's highlighted this one in the products by quantity sold. Over here we can see the inventory on hand showing us where all of these are stored. And then in our value by cost, we've filtered to just this category, which falls under miscellaneous products. Next, we have this sales manager report. This is designed to be a really quick, at-a-glance view for a sales manager to be able to see where the sales are being made, who's making them, and how that affects the business overall. We have our KPIs again up here that feature sales revenue to date, new customers to date, gross profit, and units sold, all on a yearly basis. Again, we have this visualization to show us sales revenue versus our budgeted sales revenue, and our customers by sales revenue. This is another great example of cross-highlighting and cross-filtering, where we can see what is being affected by one feature. For example, we've filtered here by the School of Fine Art. We can see where they're purchasing, we can see what their top items are, and how that's affecting us over time. This daily sales by salesperson graph will show not only how much a purchase was made for, but show when it was made and who was helping to enable that transaction. This is again all from Business Central, so we're pulling in the salespeople that are stored in your own instance. This will be customized to your company. Again, we have our top items, seeing what are the things that we're selling the most, where are they being sold, and who is doing the selling. All of these are designed to be beneficial to an executive, a sales manager, to look at them quickly and understand what's happening in their business. Next, we have some of the accounting and financial reports. These are meant to be dynamic, and they bring a really excellent feature to the table, being able to drill through and filter and see your data in a dynamic way. The first report we have is our trial balance. These accounts are pulled from your Business Central instance, and it shows a comparison of year over year. We can see the total amount and last year's balance, and over here how that's changed in this last year and in the previous year, comparing how much growth we're seeing in each category. One of the really great features of Power BI is the ability to drill through. So I can select one of these accounts, for example our checking account, and I can view this general ledger entry table that will show me all of the transactions in the general ledger that contribute to this field. Next, we have our balance sheet. Again, these fields are pulled in dynamically from your Business Central instance. So while we have assets and then accounts receivable, you might have other fields that are not seen here. We can view the different features of this by drilling through to see what makes up accounts receivable. For example, if we go to the general ledger here, we can see all of our sales records, all of the entries that factored in to build that value. Another feature we've added is the ability to see the document number. For example, if we were looking at this invoice from January 26th, it's a sales invoice, and something looked wrong to us, we can open this invoice dynamically in Business Central and immediately see which line items might be contributing, making decisions, and kind of figuring that out in a really quick way. The next report we want to show you is our income statement. Like the balance sheet, we can see accounts and different categories and subcategories within each of these values, but we've also added here the budgeted amount for each account and category. So for example, for income, we can see what did we actually make in revenue versus what we budgeted to make. We can also see how that changes and what percentage that has either increased or decreased depending on what we intended on making. The next report shows account balance by dimension. We can see here all of the dimensions that are in use, both with the title of the dimension and the values of the dimension. This allows us to compare across dimensions and see which ones are contributing to our sales. For example, here we can see accounts payable for business units and compare what difference are we having in accounts payable between North America and South America. We can do that with several different dimensions and be able to compare those instantaneously, allowing us to see how our dimensions are actually splitting up our financial data. All of these reports and metrics are designed to help a company be more efficient with their business processes. By seeing where your data is contributing to your accounts or to the state of your business, you can make changes and decisions that will benefit your business while being still very reasonable in how you're making those decisions. When a company uses their data to drive insights and decisions, a company thrives. This report will help you to see your Business Central data in a new way, to be able to play around with it and see how each factor that is in a report is affecting the others. By using these reports, the decisions you make will be more directed and will help you to make better decisions for the welfare of your company and the welfare of your clients.